Hey guys, and welcome back to another Theme Park Tycoon 2 building video. And today we are going to be building in my realistic dream park. So as you can see, I've already built quite a lot. I've built this bridge, I've started building this terrain, and I've started to build the entrance. Also, don't mind the Not Me statues everywhere. He's stinking up the place a little bit. That is because I went AFK on the stream, and instead of placing where I told him to on the signs down there, he actually just placed a bunch of statues anywhere. So, thank you, Not Me, I guess. So today we're going to be working on the wooden coaster. I had one here, but it's a blueprint because I didn't have time to build one before Not Me stream, and I actually wanted to showcase something, guys, so I just kind of whacked a blueprint right there. But today's video we are going to be building an actual wooden coaster. I'm going to try and keep it quite low to the ground because I want it to be more themed than thrills, and I want it to be a nice family coaster. I also want it to kind of come down by this lake, but that will probably go in the pre-chain lift part of the ride. So yeah, before we build that, I'm just going to give you a bit of backstory to the park. I don't have a name for it right now, but it's kind of an English realistic park. This is kind of inspired by the remains of the corkscrew track in Alton Towers. There'll be backstory behind this, but it's kind of just an olden attraction that used to be in the park and maybe got taken down, so it's now the main thing that guests see when they come through. Obviously we have the park coming down here to our first coaster, which will be the wooden coaster. So I think I'm going to start the station a bit off the ground, probably like there. And this is the path that goes down to it. So we're probably going to build it somewhere like... Guys, I've decided that I do not like the whole coaster, but we're just going to delete that. We're actually just going to see if we can build anything better. Please let me build something better than the last ones. So yeah, we're going to go back to the wooden coaster, because I'm not actually doing a dive coaster or a wing coaster in this bit. And we're just going to have it go straight into the chain lift. And then we're going to bring it over, and we're going to give it a bit of banking. We'll actually bring it to 8. And that is 9, but that is fine. We're going to twist it around a bit. This might be the steepest wooden coaster drop I've ever seen. But we're just going to bring it into that drop, and then we're going to reset that, and we're just going to bring it into another drop. We're actually going to bring this down a little tiny bit more. Bring it out a bit, bring it down, and curl it around. Then we'll actually bring it into an S-bend, into an airtime hill, which will bring around a bit, and down again, because what goes up must come down. 100 IQ quote from me. I don't actually know who said that, but we'll just claim it, guys. We'll just claim it. We'll have this go round like this. We'll see actually if we can bring it under this first drop. Bring it around a bit and have it bend into another hill and up again, and probably into the break one right here. Hopefully the ride is actually now finished. So I'm gonna actually bring this into the brake run, and I'm gonna make it flat, but I forgot to do the banking, so I'm gonna bring it back. There we go. So I'm gonna bring it back, I'm gonna make it flat, and I'm gonna actually make sure that I make sure it's, you know, banked this time. Then we'll add some block brakes, and then we'll curl it around so we can actually go back into the station, and then bring this around here, which is actually not correct. I want it actually probably around there, not like that. So bring it round, and then we're gonna go around to this one, to the station. If I can actually freaking get up there. Basic editor, and place some more, and we're gonna bring it down the chain lift and back up like that, and then we're gonna come back around here, and hopefully we should be able to bring it near enough like that. Then we're gonna actually keep on bringing this round, like that. And hopefully that means it should be fine actually. So I'm actually going to try out the wooden coaster right now, and then I'll get back to you on it. And apart from this last problem here, which I'm going to fix right now, I'm actually really happy with how this has gone. So we're just going to bring it up here, and then I think that's a really good coaster. I'm actually 10 times happier than what we got here than what I actually had with the family coaster idea. So yeah, I'm content with the coaster that we built right now, and say it looks pretty good. And I'm actually just going to do some planning on the terrain. We're not actually going to build the terrain yet, but that'll be in the next video. I think I'm going to have some rocks down here, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab my pillow ground. So I'm going to bring this around, obviously not fully making it, and then we have the actual chain left off the ground. And I've just realised that I've started doing this backwards. So we're going to come down to the actual area. I'm going to have the first bit right here. We're going to also have to find a way to make the terrain fit with that bit down there. So what I've had an idea is to kind of just bring that down a bit more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of this terrain so we can actually see the coaster. And this is just looks like a huge clunk of wood, really. Lots of supports and stuff. So we're just going to bring this pillow stuff down. I'm actually going to bring this down because this is kind of not very good. So there we go. And we're probably going to add some rocks to make that look a bit more realistic. But we're going to bring that down a bit more. And then we're going to rotate that up and bring it up a bit. We're going to make it a bit bigger, like that. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. This kind of works. We're also going to bring it over here because we're going to bring it up. It's going to be quite close to the ground because that's kind of the idea that I want to do with this. So we're going to bring it up a bit, and we're just going to bring the pillow, I guess you could call it, in the shape of the airtime hill, which I'm realizing is now wonky. So I'm just going to twist it a bit more like this. And obviously we're going to sort out the kind of rough edges once we actually do the terrain. But I actually really like decorating the coasters more than actually building them, because sometimes they're really hard to build, but when you're actually decorating them and making them look really nice, that's the part I like. Seeing the image come to real life. There we go, that's how that's going to look. Also, this area down here, probably going to add some rocks there, just to make it make sense, you know? Because it can't just suddenly drop down. It needs to have actual correct terrain. And what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to bring it up. That, I'm thinking. So if you can tell by the grass, it is kind of dark forest. Not magical theming. I don't think I'm going to have really themes here. I think I'm just going to have it like American rides and just have the kind of fog. I'm not even kidding, guys. I just knocked my mic onto my lap. So, as I was saying before I was really interrupted, I want to just kind of have no theming, or on this coaster at least. Just have it go through the kind of forest. Maybe we could have this as like an old classic coaster that used to be in the park. Add some more lore to this park that we got going on. I'm also going to bring this up here because I want to have this elevated as well. I'm also going to connect this. So yeah, we'll connect this. That's pretty nice terrain there. Connects nice and well. This probably at the same height. That, I'd say that looks pretty good. Apart from maybe over here and over there, which we'll get to right now. After we've done those, that's probably pretty much planning for terrain done. A bit of slope, so that obviously comes up over this hill, and then it's also going to come around and down, and hopefully future me who's doing the theming of this ride actually gets what I'm doing right here. So there we go, that's that. It kind of comes around like that, and I might add like a rock wall or something here, I don't know. Maybe I'll just make it flat and add some trees so it kind of hides the rest of that bit. We're going to come down here next to add this bit. Make sure it doesn't collide with the terrain, but also make sure I don't get stuck in the terrain. And then bring it around. And I'm also just going to make sure this is alright, which it is. I'm going to get rid of this terrain here, like that. And hopefully this connects. There we go. So that comes down into this valley. And then obviously that will probably come up. And I'd say that's actually all the theming or planning for the nature and the terrain that we really need to do. So with that being done, I'm going to end the video off here and I will see you in the next video.